guys, and welcome to the PCL Season 2. My name is SareneGrace, coach of the Chicago Shaymin-Sky, and I was invited to the league by my good friend ItzSawk. I'm ready to meet and battle some new peeps. So, for my draft, I didn't really have a plan, but I wanted to avoid the major weaknesses that are, to me, known as the Big Four. Flying, fighting, ice, and ground. Those four types are the best offensive types in the game. Don't even at me. Avoiding weaknesses to these is key to a good draft, in my opinion. So, there are Ubers in this league. I got third pick overall, which very rarely happens. I'm usually in the middle or towards, like, the middle end. Not even, like, the wheel. Like, third or fourth from picking last. So, obviously, there's going to be a lot of options on the board. I was thinking about Mega Metagross, one of the Mega Latis, since Mega Latios and Mega Latios are allowed in the league. Mega Mawile is another threat that I was thinking about picking up. But somehow, right before I was about to pick, Joe convinced me to pick Naganadel, which was not necessarily on my radar, but honestly, it is fast, it can be a nasty plot sweeper. Poison Dragon is a fantastic typing, especially if you get the right mons to support it. It's kind of frail, but its move pool is actually very, very deep. Like, it surprised me. I was researching it after Joe told me I should pick it, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. So that is my round one pick. Next, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was not sure what I wanted to grab, because when it got back up to me, there were still a lot of options, even though, you know, it went down, came back up. And this pick might have been a little early, but I went with Rotom Wash. So with Rotom, it patches Naganadel's ground weakness. Naganadel covers Rotom's grass weakness, and Rotom also covers Naganadel's ice weakness, so pairs really well with it. It's a defogger, it can be support, it can be offensive, it can be defensive. Rotom Wash is ridiculously versatile, so I'm really excited to be using Rotom Wash. So next up, Gardevoir. I was really thinking Mega Gardevoir, but unfortunately it was taken on the way back up to me, down to me, whichever direction the draft was going. Mega Gardevoir did not make it to me. I didn't want to miss out on Gardevoir because Psychic Fairy is a very rare typing, and unless I want to pick, Mr. Mime, yikes. Yeah, if Gardevoir was taken, I'd have to pick Mr. Mime if I wanted to fill the same typing role, so I was not willing to risk that. I used it in the UBL Season 1 for those of you who watched that or are interested in watching that. I'll link the playlist, I guess. So I'm kind of familiar with it. Really good support mon. It has Heal Bell. It can also hit really hard with choice specs. It can be scary behind webs if I decide to draft webs. So really looking forward to using Gardevoir again. Round 4, I was surprised that this mon was still on the board, and if you're worried about a Pokemon that can ruin your team, draft it! Mamoswine. Ice Ground is a fantastic offensive combo, just like I was saying with the big four. This is two of them, Ice and Ground. So, I have used it before, so I know a little bit about it. Its move pool is really not that bad. It can be a stealth rocker as well. Thick Fat can help with the ice weakness. The ground moves threaten fire types. Obviously, with Thick Fat and fire, it's like meh. It's kind of meh. But the ground typing kind of scares fire types. So I think that works out just fine. Round 5. I'm picking up Scizor for like the 5th time in my draft career. It's kind of crazy how often I draft Scizor. It rounds out my Dragon Fairy Steel Core really well. I used this as well in the UBL Season 1. Can be bulky defog, offensive, technician is really good if you pair it with Choice Band or Swords Dance setup, and it's also one less threat to my Gardevoir, so double win in my book. So at this point, I need a Grass, a Fire, Flying type, preferably. Like I said, I don't have draft plans, but I know that there are certain types that I want, and Shaymin somehow made it! I don't know how round 6 Shaymin worked out, but it did. So I'm really glad that I did not get sniped, and this will make a very good Z user as well, so I will have to keep that in mind. Round 7, Savali. I broke a lot of hearts with this pick. I thought it was going to be a reach, but it would not have gotten back to me if I did not pick it right now. Everyone in the chat pretty much confirmed it. I had maybe 3 or 4 people going, ah, damn it, she picked it. So I've had a little bit of experience with Savali, not a whole lot. I know his move pool is really good. I might make this as a user. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see about what other mons I can manage to pick up, but would make a pretty good Z user. But I do feel that I'm gonna be better off using other items, including any of the memories, because I can use whichever ones. So I literally just got 16 mons in one pick, so that's pretty cool. Now, this next mon, I feel like people really sleep on mons that have 4x weaknesses, especially this one as of late. I picked up Talonflame. Yeah, 4x weak to rock, but people sleep on it because of that. Also, the Gale Wings nerf really hurt its viability, and I feel like people don't draft it as much. But it's still really freaking fast and good with Swords Dance setup, and I can have it as a defogger if I really, really need it. So this next pick, Joe made. Joe made this next pick for me because during the draft, I had been working 12-hour days that whole week, so I was just kind of mentally brain dead. I was like, I don't know what I want to pick. I'm just going to have Joe pick it for me. And he picked up Hitmonchan, which I was actually really happy with. I know people are like, meh, Hitmonchan, it's the worst of the 3, but I have used it before. Iron Fist is a really, really good ability, especially if you run setup on it, if you run a Choice Band, if you run Assault Vest. It still hits really hard, and it does have quite a bit of special bulk without an Assault Vest. Speed, a little lacking, but with my other mons, it makes it just fine. My speed tiers are relatively well covered at this point. Can also be a rapid spinner. I didn't have a rapid spinner before this point, just defoggers, so Hitmonchan is excellent, and I cannot wait to use it again. Next up, I wanted a rock type, but there really weren't too many good rock types left, so we're trying Gigalith. I have never drafted Gigalith before. My experience with Gigalith is virtually nothing. I do know it gets 3 abilities that I might run at some point. Sand Force, Sand Stream, and Sturdy. I feel like I'm going to be running Sturdy a lot, because Stat Berry will be available by the time we start like week 2 battles, and we did a vote and we can use them. So Custat Berries will be making a comeback. Really interested to see how people make use of that in the league this season. Obviously another rocker, so it takes a little bit of pressure off of Mamoswine, so that's neat. Now you may have noticed I have not drafted a Mega yet. And a few people had not drafted Megas up until this point. But ItzSawk did some scoping out, and we determined that none of us that still needed to pick a Mega were thinking about drafting the same Mega. So I left it for my last pick because I knew I wasn't going to get sniped. I'm picking up Mega Sableye. So that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to using Mega Sableye. Dark Ghost is a really, really, really good typing, especially with Scizor and Naganadel to patch the fairy issue. Really bulky. Magic Bounce is annoying. You can't, unless you have Mold Breaker, you cannot taunt me, cannot toxic me. Forget it. Forget it. Mega Sableye can just ruin teams if I build a good team around it. And I think I've done pretty well for supporting. It's got so many options. It can be physical, it can be special, it can be support, it can bring a different set pretty much every week. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up my PCL draft analysis. Week 1 will be going up very soon, but it should be going up within the next week or so. So go ahead and leave a like if you're excited. Maybe leave a kill leader prediction as well. I'm not really sure who's going to be my kill leader this season, but we will find out soon enough. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, remember, never fall from grace, and let's go Shaymin-Sky!